There's a kind of man who never raises his voice, never begs, never threatens. And yet, she submits. Not because he forced her, but because she felt something in him that made her surrender willingly. No manipulation, no words, just presence. This is the masculine aura, the energy that bends the feminine without needing to control her. Let's break down 12 traits of the aura that makes her submit without resistance. 1. Unshakable presence. When you walk into a room, do you shrink or do you own the air? An unshakable presence doesn't come from ego. It comes from internal stillness. You don't fidget. You don't seek approval. You don't rush to talk. You simply are, rooted, calm, centered. And that grounded energy? It whispers to her nervous system, you are safe now. Follow him. 2. Deep, focused eye contact. The eyes don't lie. Most men look away, break tension, seek comfort. But the man she submits to, he holds her gaze like a mirror. Not lustful, not needy, just aware. She feels seen, exposed, disarmed, and in that depth, she melts. You don't chase her body, you penetrate her mind. 3. Calm voice, slow words. You don't need to speak much, but when you do, speak slow, low, precise. Words from a grounded man carry weight. You don't rush to fill silences, you let tension sit. Your silence says, I'm not trying to impress you, I already own the room. And that voice, it becomes a drug, one she craves to hear and obey. 4. Non-reactivity. She tests you, rolls her eyes, challenges your ideas, pulls away emotionally. Why? Because her subconscious is asking, can I trust him to hold the frame? If you flinch, argue, pout, or panic, you fail. But if you stay calm, unmoved, unbothered, she feels your strength. And in that strength, she relaxes into her softness. 5. Command of space. Whether you're standing in a room, sitting across from her, or leading her through a crowd, do you move with purpose? Masculine aura fills space without words. You take your time. You walk like your name means something. You lead like you've done it before. She notices, and her body responds before her mind does. 6. Controlled physicality. This isn't about being jacked. It's about how you carry your body. Slow movements, relaxed posture, deliberate gestures, no twitchy nervous energy, just power under control. She sees you and feels the tension between what you could do and how calmly you choose not to. That restraint, it's dominant. 7. Emotional containment. Masculinity is containment. You don't explode. You don't vent for attention. You don't overexpose your emotional chaos. She brings storms. You bring sky. When she spirals, you anchor. When she breaks, you hold. That contrast pulls her in, because the deeper your emotional stillness, the more she wants to collapse into you. 8. Self-sufficiency. You don't need her validation. You don't need her affection. You don't need her to complete you. You are whole, mission-focused, grounded in purpose. And paradoxically, that's what makes her desperate to be chosen, because she senses, he doesn't need me, but he's still here. That's irresistible. 9. Sexual composure. Most men get weird when desire rises. They get awkward, thirsty, overexcited. But the masculine man, he stays composed. He doesn't chase sex. He leads desire. He holds eye contact. Lets tension rise. He's not in a rush to release, because he's already in control. That restraint, it makes her submit without him saying a word. 10. Command without control. She doesn't want to be forced. She wants to be led. You don't dominate by demanding. You dominate by inviting, through certainty and direction. Come here. Sit down. Let me show you. And because your commands come from grounded energy, not insecurity. She follows without hesitation. 11. Purpose over emotion. You don't fold because she's mad. You don't abandon your mission for validation. You put principle over feelings. And when she sees that, her feminine energy softens, because now she knows you're not a slave to emotion. You're a man on a path. And women don't follow men who chase them. They follow men who chase greatness. 12. Your energy speaks louder than words. You don't need pickup lines. You don't need games. Because the way you stand, the way you breathe, the way you carry your pain without whining, that speaks for you. You walk into a room and she feels it. Before you even say hello, her guard lowers. Not because of manipulation, but because your energy tells her body, here is a man who can hold me. And she submits without even knowing why. Final words. She doesn't want a tyrant. She doesn't want a boy. She doesn't want a talker. She wants a man whose silence carries weight, whose energy anchors the room, whose presence demands nothing, but gets everything. You don't need to make her submit. You just need to become a man who makes surrender feel safe. No words, no begging, just aura. Be still, be dominant. Be the man she follows without asking why.